Hello everyone, this is Tarek from the Global Education Cluster. I'm the data analyst, and today I would like to welcome you on the sixth model of the Core 1 coordination training. We will be covering how to analyze and visualize data. This exercise will help you to identify any gaps and challenges and also monitoring the response in your country. Let's jump in and go to Excel and start. This is the ECMT, or the 3W or the 4W, you can call it, or the monitoring tool, the cluster monitoring tool. So here you have all the data that you collected from your partners in the field, which have the organizations, the region, the activities, and the total reach, total targeted. So you have a lot of data. I can just show you a little bit what is the data about. So first of all, we need to select all the data in this table. So to do so, please click on any cell and click Control on your keyboard and A. And for that, Excel sheet will select only the cells that have information in your table. And then the second thing, we click on Insert on the top of the Excel sheet, and then we select Pivot Table. So this is the default settings. For that, I will leave it, but it's here you can choose if you want to use new worksheet or existing worksheet. I will just keep it as it is for now. I will click OK. As you can see here, we have, this is the workspace for our pivot table. On the right, we have the pivot table fields. And you have all the columns in your database that you selected included here. So let's try to do some small, simple analysis out of the data that we have. So at the beginning, I would like to ask you to go and select the activity, this one. Drag and drop it under the row section here. So as you can see on the left, it shows all the activities that you have in your database. Now we will be adding some figures to link it to these activities. And for that, let's click on Total Targeted here and drag and drop it under Values. Please make sure that under the value, it's called sum and not count. So if it's something else and not sum, please try to change the settings by clicking on this small arrow. Go to value field settings, and then you can select the sum. We can also do that for the total reach so that we can do the comparison. So now we have the sum of total targeted and sum of total reached per activity. As you can see, this is you have also the grand total at the end. Here we can get rid of that by going to Design, click on grand total here, and click on Off for row and columns. So it will get rid of it if you don't like it. Let's try also to add filter. Filter is very important as well. As an example, we can select status. So I will move the drag and drop status under filters. So you can see here we have this simple filters. As an example, I just want to see maybe only the completed activities. So for that, I will just select the completed. And then it filter only the activity that has been assigned as a completed. I will just put it back to default. You have a lot of data, you have a lot of columns here. You can play around and change according to what you need from the analysis. You can also do some kind of filtering here on the top. So as an example, I would like to choose only the core activities that I will be submitting to OCHA. So let's say the first 5 ones are the one that's considered core and that I need to report to OCHA. So I will select that and it will just filter it for me. Let's try now to do some simple analysis and visualization. You can add graphs to your pivot table. So as an example, I will just select all the data that I have as an example here, and I go to Insert, And then under insert, you have here different graphs that you can use. But please be careful to use the correct and the right graph for your data. Depends on how big is your data, how many data that you have. So for that, as an example, I'll just give you an example. If I choose the pie chart here, it's not actually good or appealing. It doesn't actually compare between the targeted and the reached. It's just give you the sum, but you don't know which is which. For that, you need to use the right one. So let's try with the column graph. So you can see this is a different option that you can have. Of course, I don't recommend to use 3D. But see, this is more appealing. This is easier to read. At least I can see that the blue color, it represents the targeted, and the red color, it represents the reach. So I can more or less know and compare between the two figures. And of course, you can change the settings as you like. You can remove some elements in your graph as you wish. If you click on right-click, and you can change the chart type. You can also format it. You can change basically the colors. Here you have the colors, so you can change basically the colors that you want from this section. So here you have all the option. You can change the size of your graph. You can change also the text if you want. You can change it completely. I'm not going to do that now. But you can change the text according to what you need. So maybe you can summarize it or minimize the text instead of like it's a long text. You can change it by using just 2-3 words that it's appealing and understandable for your cluster or your context. So this is how you create small graphs in your ECMT or the 3W using pivot table, and you can create as many graphs as you want. You can also do something which is also could be very useful, is to add you could add slicer to your data, so to your graph. So what you can see here, okay, you can go to analyze, and then you click on insert slicer. So that allows you to add some kind of filter, but in a more appealing way. So as an example, I would like to see the status. As an example, I'll just select it. So it gives you here a small box about all the status that's in your database. And then basically this is an interactive, it became like an interactive small dashboard. So you can click and everything will change. The entire worksheet or the graph, the graphics that you have, it will change according to what you have selected. So this only shows the ongoing status, so it will change it as well in the activity graph. I hope that you found this useful and you can use it in your work. If you have any questions or support needed, please contact us at clustercoreskills@gmail.com.